Lens Flair signing in to my subscribers. What up? And if you know around these parts, just stopping by to see how I do things around here. What up? What up? So I had a chance to check out one of the throwback episodes of The Pivot, and it featured Kwame Brown. And this was a very insightful interview. I really enjoyed it because I got a chance to hear from him, because my thoughts on Kwame was very tainted because people put different narratives out on him and created that word bust to surround his name. So my thoughts on him, we didn't have social media back then when I heard about him. I just always heard about what he didn't do, what he couldn't do. And just to hear his story, he a strong young man. He came from Moncks Corner, South Carolina. And just to hear the way he grew up, man, he had a lot on his shoulders, a lot on his plate. He was talking about the way his older brothers, they was in the streets and they got arrested. And at 14, he became one of the men of the house where he had to go to work and help mama provide to pay bills for the house. So you already know, being that young, you already doing things as a grown-up. And that just was tough in itself right there. And he was like, he was about to go to college at U of F. He was about to go to the University of Florida on a basketball scholarship. And some kind of way he was able to bypass that, and he was able to go to the NBA. So when he went to the NBA and he was working out and all that, they put him, Tyson Chandler, and there was another person. They was all working out together. In some kind of way, he played Tyson Chandler one-on-one. And he said he gave him the business one-on-one. And he told the Wizards GM that if you pick me, you won't regret it. So after he was picked first, that's when everything started going downhill. And all these narratives was made surrounding his name. Stephen A. Smith, he started making that word bust for him, and that word started following him everywhere he went. And he just wanted to know, why would Stephen A. Smith create that narrative on him and go to high schools and talk bad about his name? Go to colleges and talk bad about his name? So was that done to start stopping these players from high school going to the NBA straight after? So maybe was that something like that done and put in place where these guys like, hey, they not ready, look, they can't do anything. So to slow that down. And he was just talking about the way that word just was so bad for him, where a regular person would use that on him and be like, that guy bust. Now anybody could use that to, take away from him. And back then, we didn't have all these platforms we have now, where social media, where these celebrities have platforms and they can speak their piece. And when things look like it's gonna be lopsided, now they could get on their platforms. We didn't have that. So when the person getting spoke about negatively and they never ever have a chance to really speak their part, we start thinking, hey, what these people saying about these people, it might be right. But being 18, coming into the NBA, I know he had a lot on his plate, because him coming into the NBA, I know that altered the locker room chemistry. Just imagine these guys older, they've been in the league for years, they probably smoked or drank around the facilities. Now with this 18-year-old kid being there, a lot of the fun that y'all participated around this area, now you can't do it because this person not of age. So that already take a hit. And plus, he played with Michael Jordan. So you already know Michael Jordan seemed like one of them people who just so very high talented and high skilled, where you already know the show gonna be about him. So I wonder, was Kwame Brown development? Did he not get what he could have got because all the attention was on MJ? And Channing Crowder said something very interesting. Like, I heard Michael Jordan used to always pick on you and say bad things. Like, he said something like, Michael Jordan would have did the same thing to you. He would have picked on you too. So it just felt good to see Kwame Brown really get out there and defend himself. Like, when he got on social media and got his platform and started defending himself, I was happy for him, because you could feel like it was a build-up where he just was holding this stuff inside for years. And when he spoke, y'all awoke a beast where he got a lot of stories, and you could tell he held back. But I got to give this man some props, because I think he's very smart. At a young age, I never heard none of his teammates speak bad on him or say he was immature or he didn't handle himself in a professional manner. Because could you imagine being that young, 18, and people making all these words about you, calling you bust and saying you sorry, you trash, and all that? That'll probably make the average 18-year-old start getting stuff, start fighting with their teammates and, going back and forth with a lot of people. And they really start speaking bad about him. And he didn't feed into that. And I think that's smart. So being around MJ, even if he did have some problems or issues with him behind the scenes, he didn't take that to the media or get him back and forth. Because you already know, if you got to pick sides, you're not going to be higher than the GOAT. So if the GOAT start getting mad at you, you already know somebody go out to leave. And it ain't going to be MJ. It's going to be you. And plus, he was talking about like the way after he was traded, he was about to be traded, he wanted to go to the Knicks. He wanted to play with Jason Kidd because he was like, that's a pass first shooting guard, a point guard. He was like, Jason Kidd pass first. So he was like, look what Kenyon Martin able to do. So I know I'd be able to do that too. So playing with Kobe, he was like, he like Michael Jordan. So that had me thinking like he already know Kobe Brown like Michael Jordan 1.5. So you go over that with him, it's gonna be like the same exact thing. But he spoke very good about playing with Kobe Bryant and MJ. So I took my hat, and I can't call him a bust, even though he didn't pan out to be what people thought he should be. Being able to be in the league for over a decade, you can't be a bust. I understand people had crazy high expectations for him, but I understand basketball is a team sport, so just something as small as going to the wrong team or a team that ain't gonna foster into your development, I know that could hurt you dramatically on what you could turn out to be. And when you got the media attacking you and people just in general, probably fans even attacking you, I'm pretty sure that's probably changing your view on the sports or playing with you mentally like, am I even good? So I got to give him his props for being able to stay in the NBA over a decade. Let me know below your thoughts on Kwame Brown. Is he a cool person or is he just a bust and he mad that people rate him on his basketball skills, but he try to take it to more and make it personal? Until next time, peace.